Put down that $6 latte for 10 seconds. You're paying for soft jazz and a couch you never sit on, while a $2.50 app latte just beats Starbucks in the only three things most of us care about: speed, price, and habit. Here's the twist. In China, Luckin Coffee turned coffee into a 4-minute routine with tiny stores, zero fluff, and laser-targeted discounts. Starbucks kept selling the third place. Luckin sold the tap and go. By the end, you'll know why that matters for your wallet and how the same playbook is coming for your morning here. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If the chair is empty and the latte is $6, what are you really buying? Let's start with the playbooks. Starbucks built big rooms with long tables, soft lights, and a price tag that says linger. Larger spaces, premium beans, staff to match. Luckin went the other way. Tiny boxes, counter only, app first. You tap, they pour, you leave. No rent-heavy lounges. No orchestral menu of extras. Now the mismatch. In packed Chinese cities, you're racing between a subway and a desk.
You got to find out what makes your brand magnetic or loved. And when you find out what that is, you got to do everything you can to make sure people understand it and that you're delivering it every single time.
How are you going to do that given the volume of business that you have?
We spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to cost save our way to a very efficient drink and not enough time on what is the experience that Starbucks provides. And we use some technology to sequence those orders. Our partners, those are the green apron baristas that you see in our stores, can be very successful at creating in-store drinks and food in roughly 4 minutes or less.
You want caffeine that doesn't hijack your lunch break. A couch is dead space if you never sit. A $6 latte is a tax if you need one every weekday. Here's the math that sets the habit. A Luckin latte runs about $2.50. Starbucks clocks in at $5 to $6. 2 Luckins for 1 Starbucks. That doesn't feel like thrift, it rewires routine. Daily becomes doable. Weekends aren't the only time you treat yourself. Look where Luckin plants stores. Inside office corridors. Near dorm gates. On Tier 3 and Tier 4 streets where a big box cafe can't make the rent back. Orders push through fast. The lounge vibe loses to a 3-minute handoff. And the speed isn't lucky. Orders flow through the app and hit the counter in minutes.
As fast-growing chains like Dutch Bros and 7 Brew prioritize their to-go business, and many independent coffee shops cater to dine-in customers, Starbucks is trying to do both.
Why are shorter wait times so important for turning around Starbucks?
You physically can't get there in 3 minutes. And so we're mismatching when the customer wants it and when we should be making it. And the number one request actually is, let me pick what time I can come pick up my beverage. Customers are finding, oh wow, I have more time to enjoy my beverage in store, and more people are selecting to get it in a ceramic mug now. And then just take a moment in our stores, which that's the experience we want.
Micro promos pop when rain starts or lunch peaks, so you get pinged at the exact moment you're weak. It's rhythmic, like a metronome for cravings. Think of it as a vending machine with barista quality. Tap, grab, go. No sofas, no friction. When you scrub out the set dressing, you shave time, rent, and labor. That money shows up in your price and in your clock. After its scandal, Luckin tightened the screws, cut waste, reset suppliers, chased profit instead of noise. Starbucks stayed rich on ambience and slow on change. One kept cost low and pace high. The other kept the couch. Strip out couches and jazz. You strip out cost in minutes. Habit wins. Price locks it in. Now let's move on to how Luckin's menu and data engine rewired taste, discounts, and loyalty into a loop Starbucks can't match. What happens when your coffee app knows the weather, your commute, and your sweet spot price?
Korea Jeans exited Vietnam entirely in 2017, after 10 years in the market. While Starbucks has grown since it entered Vietnam in 2013, the number of Starbucks per capita is low compared to neighboring markets.
Local chains understand the customer much better than international chains, and hence they are more responsive to adopting change when customer preference evolve or shift.
In general, Vietnamese consumers spend about 2.5 times more money at Western outlets than they do at Asian outlets. Its high-profile brand may have been what set Starbucks apart from some of its other international competitors.
Let's start with the storefront that fits in your phone. Luckin pushes almost every order through the app, so it sees when you buy, where you stand, and what flavors you tap twice. That stream turns into action. The app tests prices you'll accept, times you respond, and how much sugar your tongue forgives before you bail. Starbucks leans on stars and free drink tiers. That is a slow carrot. Luckin hits now. Flash cuts. Buy one, get one. A ping that lands when the clouds break or lunch hits. It is not a promise for next month. It is a nudge that gets you today. Here is how that looks on the ground.
Some baristas said that not providing bathroom access and free water are at odds with Starbucks' message of hospitality.
You know, what I've heard from partners is when they do it, they're surprised at how meaningful it is to the customer. And I think also our customers are surprised how meaningful a little smiley face is, or a have a good day is unexpectedly.
How about the Sharpie writing? So that's gotten a lot of attention. I know a lot of customers like it. I've heard some baristas maybe are a little overwhelmed trying to do it on every single order. What do you envision this looking like, and why is it important?
You know, look, I think we should strive to do that for every customer, every transaction. Just today I got some egg bites and, you know, they just put a smiley face on the packaging. And you know what? I was like, oh, that's nice.
A 15-minute micro sale aimed at one office tower sparks a rush from 3 floors. People see a deal, they tap, and the counter lights up. Speed plus price turns a maybe into a yes before you think about it. The engine runs because the costs stay tight. Local sourcing and domestic logistics hold the bill down. At this price tier, most people won't notice tiny bean tweaks. They do notice when the total drops and the weight does not. Menu churn keeps the feed fresh. Roughly 100 seasonal and local flavors rotate through a year. Losers get cut fast. Winners stick, like a coconut twist or a liquor-style collab that plays with dessert notes. The list shifts with mood and weather instead of with corporate calendar. On the other side, approval slow tests. By the time a new taste clears the maze, the trend feels stale. That lag builds a taste gap you can feel in line. The routine writes itself. 4-minute pickup. A personal nudge. A low price. Repeat. This stops being a weekend treat and becomes muscle memory. The real kicker is simple. Choice takes energy. Habit does not. When the app strips out thinking, the premium pitch goes quiet. So what is the takeaway for your wallet and your morning routine? You're not paying for coffee. You're paying for the system that gets it to you. In China, the system that wins is cheap, fast, and trained by data. That is why one tap beats a plush chair. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and send it to the friend who swears the couch is part of the flavor. The truth is, your wallet cares about speed, not jazz. Next, we test which chains hide the most sugar in their healthy drinks. You might want to hear this before your next smoothie, so you can dodge the stealth calories without guessing.